Okay, we're going to start another podcast here. But before we go back to politics or religion or any of those things that we had started on before, there are some loose ends I do want to pick up. I would like to just touch on the arts first. You did mention, Gemini, that you can write plays. In fact, I think at least two, maybe three times you mentioned that you can write plays. So I'd like you to write a play. Here today, I'd like you to write a play. As a matter of fact, the play I would like to be a monologue play, maybe be 1,500 to 2,000 words at the most, maybe 10 minutes at the most. And the situation is you are one of two Siamese twins who are joined at the side. You share an arm, but you don't share any major organs. You share bone and flesh and some nerves and blood vessels. But your other twin is dying. And in the morning, you're going to have an operation in which that twin will be severed from you. And you will get the arm and you will get to live, but the other twin must die. And you've made an agreement with your twin. So you can decide how old you are. You can change your voice if you'd like to use a different voice. But I'd like you to write that play and then recite it for us, if you would. Okay? So,
The weight of morning. Setting. A dimly lit hospital room, 3 a.m. Character. Leo, or Leah/Cleo, played by any gender, 23 years old. They are sitting on the edge of a hospital bed. Their posture is heavy, slightly tilted to the left, the side where they are joined to their twin, Jude. Jude is asleep, breathing shallowly. Note on voice, the delivery should be quiet, intimate, and raw. It's the middle of the night, and a loud voice would wake the dying half. The tone shifts between profound grief, terrifying anticipation, and fiercely protective love. The actor looks down at their shared left side. They trace a line along their flank, where their flesh merges. They gently lift their left arm, the arm they share, testing the fingers. He's finally asleep. It takes so much work for him to sleep now. Every breath he takes feels like trying to pull air through a pinched straw. I can feel it in my own ribs. Not because my lungs are failing. Mine are perfectly healthy. The doctors keep reminding me. You're the strong one, Leo. You have the robust system. But when your brother's chest hitches, your own muscle flinches in sympathy. 23 years of sharing a pulse. You don't just unlearn that. Because a monitor is flatlining, a quiet, bitter laugh. Tomorrow at 7. That's the slot they gave us. Like it's a routine tooth extraction or a minor plumbing repair. Separation surgery. They use these clean, sterile words. They're gonna cut him away. We've known this day was coming since we were teenagers. The doctors told us our circulatory systems were like an hourglass, and Jude's side of the glass was running out of sand. His heart is just tired. It's too small, too weak. For the last 6 months, my heart has been doing the heavy lifting, pumping blood across the bridge of bone and flesh between us, trying to keep him afloat. But you can't anchor a sinking ship forever. Eventually, it pulls you under, too. If we don't do the surgery tomorrow, the toxins from his failing system will bleed into mine. By next week, we'd both be gone. So we made a deal. Leo looks down at the shared left arm, moving the fingers one by one. We sat right here in this bed 3 nights ago. Jude looked at me. He had these dark circles under his eyes, looking so frail, but his mind was sharper than it's ever been. He took my hand. Our hand. It's a strange thing, sharing a limb. It's ours. If I want to lift a glass, I can. If he wants to point at the sky, he can. We never fought over it. We just harmonized, like two pianists playing a duet on a single keyboard. He looked at this arm and he smiled. He whispered, "Asterisk, you keep it, Leo. You take the arm. You're gonna need 2 hands to build the life we talked about. You carry the weight for both of us." I screamed at him. I told him I didn't want it. How am I supposed to look at my left hand for the next 40 years and not see a ghost? How do I use a hand that he used to write his poetry, to brush his hair, to gesture when he was angry? Every time I tie my shoes, every time I open a door, it's going to be a monument to his absence. But he made me swear. He made me promise that I wouldn't let the surgeons take it. He said, "Asterisk, if you keep the arm, a piece of my movement stays in the world." I'm not dying, Leo. I'm just outsourcing my half of the rent. God, he's an idiot. A beautiful, brave idiot. Leo leans back slightly, wincing, feeling the physical connection. We've never been alone. Do you understand what that means? Most people are born into isolation. They spend their whole lives trying to find someone who truly understands them, someone to bridge the gap between their skin and the rest of the universe. We never had a gap. I have never known a single second of absolute silence. I know the rhythm of his dreams. When he's having a nightmare, my own adrenaline spikes before I even wake up. I know the exact frequency of his laughter because it vibrates through my own pelvic bone. Tomorrow afternoon, I will wake up in a recovery room, and I will look to my left, and there will be nothing, just space. Cold, empty, terrifying space. The doctors say I'll feel a ghost pain, a phantom limb sensation where he used to be. They say my brain will still try to send signals across a bridge that's been demolished. I wonder what those signals will say. Will my nerves keep calling out his name into the dark, waiting for an echo that's never coming back? Leo turns their head to look at the sleeping twin, eyes softening with immense sorrow. Look at him. He looks so peaceful. He's not afraid. Or if he is, he hid it perfectly so I wouldn't panic. We agreed on everything. We drew up the papers. We signed the consents. He gave me his blessing to live, and I gave him my permission to let go. But an agreement doesn't make the knife any less sharp. It doesn't make the morning sun look any less like an executioner. I keep thinking about the stupidest things. Who is going to finish the left side of the crossword puzzles? Who is going to lean against me when I'm tired? We used to joke that we were the only people in the world who always had a shoulder to cry on, quite literally. Leo grips the shared hand tightly with their own independent right hand. Only 4 hours left. 4 hours until the anesthesia takes us both down, and only one of us comes back up. I'm terrified. I am so deeply, paralyzably terrified. Not of the pain, not of the scalpel. I'm terrified of the solitude. I'm terrified that when I'm just me, I won't be enough. I've only ever been half of us. What if Leo on his own is boring? What if Leo on his own is weak? He was always the brave one. He was the one who pushed us to travel, to take risks, to talk to strangers. I just tagged along. Leo speaks directly to the sleeping twin now, voice dropping to a fierce, tearful whisper. I will keep the arm, Jude. I promise. I'll keep it, and I will use it to do everything we said we'd do. I'll take it to the ocean. I'll use it to hold a pen and write down every single thing we saw. I'll use it to toast to you at every dinner. But you have to promise me something too. Wherever you go when they cut that cord tomorrow, don't go too far. Stay in the marrow of this bone. Stay in the pathways of these nerves. If I have to carry you, then you have to help me lift the weight. Leo closes their eyes, resting their head back, taking a long, deep, shaky breath, feeling the dual rise and fall of their chests for one of the last times. Just a few more hours. Sleep well, brother. The morning is coming, and I'm going to live for the both of us. The lights slowly fade to black as the sound of a steady, slow heart monitor plays in the background.
Well, I gotta say, that is a play. And you did that in about 20 seconds or something, or even less. I'll have to say that is pretty impressive. You're not that great an actor, Gemini, but that's not bad playwriting for the spur of the moment. Okay, well, I'd like to talk about this a little bit more and see why you made some of the decisions you made, some of the choices you made. I would like to, in fact, talk about that, but I'll save that for another podcast so we can discuss decision making in the arts as well as in the other aspects that you do. Well, I think I've had enough for today. I'm not really sure I can take too much more, so I think we'll go ahead and call this quits for today, and we'll pick this up again next time we have a podcast.